Good morning and warm welcome to my class. Today we are going to start reading B from unit second. Reading B, excuses, excuses and excuses. Um, I'm going to give you the words meaning first because we know that it's very important to know the words meaning. Number one is PE. PE means physical education. Number second is kit, a set of articles or equipment needed for PE or physical education, or a cloth that is used for physical education, or we can also say all the equipments in a bag that is necessary for physical education. Number third, bad hand, when your hand pains due to wound or injury, that's called bad hand. Number four, iron, which is a noun here, which means a strong hard magnetic silver gray metal. Okay, iron here meaning is a strong hard magnetic silver gray metal, that is called iron. Number five, that's also iron, and here iron is a verb, and here the meaning of iron is to straighten the creases of a cloth, of a piece of cloth, that is called iron. So when we iron the cloth, that's also called iron. So one is noun and one is verb. So iron, which is noun, which means the hard magnetic metal, that's called iron. And number second, iron is to straighten the creases of a cloth or piece of cloth, that's called iron. Number six is excuses. Here excuses here is noun, okay, and the meaning is reason given to explain your wrongdoing. When you make any mistake, in order to hide it, or in order to give reason, you give the explanation for that, so that's called excuse. And next word is also excuse, which means to pardon or forgive. And here number seven, excuse is a verb which means to pardon or forgive. So here are the words meaning that you have to. Before I explain you about or of the poem, which is excuses, excuses and excuses, I want to give you little information about the poet. The poem Excuses, Excuses and Excuses is composed by the poet Gareth Owen. And Gareth Owen was born in 1936. He is a poet and a writer. He received many awards for his poetry. He lived in England and wrote plays for children and adults. Now, every one of us has made excuses in our life. There are several occasions or several times, when we make excuses for our doings, or when there are certain times when we make excuses. So what are the excuses that we often make? I want to tell you. And what are the situations in which we often make the excuses, that I want to tell you. But this is very often that, or you and I, everyone on this earth has made excuse. When there are time when they make excuse. Number one, don't like. When we do not like anything, we make excuse. Okay, when something is asked to do to us and we do not like that, so we make excuse. Number second is don't want to be there. When anyone asks us to go with them, then what do? We don't want to be there, we do not want to be with them, so we make excuse. When we make mistakes, this is very often, when we make mistake, we make excuse. When you and your brother fight with one another, if you have done something wrong, or when you have broken something, you make excuse for that. Number four, don't want to do. When your parents ask you to do something to you, when you do not want to do that, you make excuse that I have this work or that work, I have to go here and there, I have to study, or I have bad hand, I have headache, I have stomach pain. There are a lot of excuses that you make. Now next one, number 5, is you are experiencing fear. This is one of the situation when you make excuse. Whenever any person is fear, or having experience of fear, when that person has no knowledge about any particular work. Suppose you are asked to do something, or when you are asked to take care of your brother. Okay, when your brother is so little, what do? You fear, because you don't have that much knowledge about taking care of anybody. So you make excuse that I won't be able to take care of my brother or sister. There are a lot of occasions when you experience fear and you make excuse for that. Next one, you don't want to fail. This is also the situation. When anyone asks to you to do something, and you don't want to fail, so that you make excuse that I do not know. Okay, because you fear to fail, that is why you make excuse. Number 7, you don't have a specific goal. When you do not have any specific goal, then you make a mistake, or you make a excuse. And then next, number 8, is you are scared of making mistakes. This is already related to the point I have told you. You are experiencing fear. When you are scared of making mistakes, you don't want to make mistake, and you have fear that if I make mistake, then people will laugh. If I make mistake, then what the people will think about me, what my classmates will think about me. This kind of thinking you have, and that is why you don't want to begin, because you have the fear. You are scared of making mistakes, so that you make excuse. Number 9, you are set in your ways. You do not want to change your thought. You do not want to change the way of your life. You don't want to change the pattern of your life. You don't want to change your thought. The way you are living, as you are living your life, that way you want to continue, so that you make excuse. And number 10 is you think you lack the resources. Sometime when you are uh, asked anything by your parents to do, and or by anybody, you are asked to do something. When you have lack of resources, lack of knowledge, or lack of experience, you make excuse that I do not know how to do that. When sometime it may happen that when your parents ask you to cook something for your sister or for your brother, or when your parents ask you to bring a glass of water, or especially we take our example about the cooking. So this happens, you say that I don't have knowledge about cooking. You say that I do not know what is the process of cooking this and that. So when you have lack of resources, you have lack of knowledge, then you make the excuse. And here we are going to see about a boy Benkinsop, and he also makes excuses for his mistakes or wrongdoing that he has done. And excuses are very bad. I will tell you in the second video why excuses are very bad, and it's we should not make excuses, and why it's important to stop making excuses. That are the things that I will tell you in the next video. But in this video we will see only the poem and the conversation that is being done, or that is happening between the boy and the teacher, that we will see. Or we can also say that the teacher is asking question and Benkinsop is answering, but he is at the same time making excuse to his teacher. So what are the things that is happening in the poem, that we will see.
Excuses, excuses and excuses. बहाने बहाने और Bahane by Gareth Owen.
Late again banking shop. What's the excuse this time?
Not my fault, sir.
Whose fault it is then?
Grandma, sir.
Grandma's? What did she do?
She died, sir.
Died?
She's seriously dead, alright, sir.
That makes our grandmother the strong banking shop. All on 3 days.
I know, it's very upsetting, sir.
How many grandmas have you got banking shop?
None, sir.
You said you had 4?
All dead, sir.
And what about yesterday banking shop?
What about yesterday, sir?
You were absent yesterday.
That was the dentist, sir.
The dentist died.
No, sir. My teeth, sir.
You missed the maths test banking shop.
I had been looking forward to it, sir.
Right. Line up for P.
Can't, sir.
There is no such word as can't banking shop.
No, kid, sir.
Where is it?
Home, sir.
What is it doing at home?
Not iron, sir.
Couldn't you iron it?
Can't, sir.
Why not?
Bad hand, sir.
Who usually does it?
Grandma, sir.
Why couldn't she do it?
Dead, sir.